So Spartan Labs, we are the venture studio of the Spartan Group, which is a leading VC fund and advisory, mainly based in Asia. We have offices in Hong Kong and Singapore, but our team is pretty distributed around the world. We are a team of designers, engineers, product, and growth strategists. So myself, I'm Adrian, the Chief Creative Officer or head of the studio. Audrey, our CTO, and Arjun over there, our PM, the A team. So please come say hi to us. We partner with founders to launch transformational brands, products, and businesses with a focus on consumer crypto and the ownership economy. Some of the ventures that we're incubating is AgentFi, focusing on-chain agents. We're working on virtual avatars. We're working on fan engagement for live events. We have a private members club for Web3 founders. We also have a consulting agency for sports, entertainment, and culture, and then also a marketing and dev studio. How does this relate to on-chain agents? Well, we believe that on-chain agents in the near future will be the new crypto consumer, and that they could become a majority of the crypto user base in the coming years in terms of transaction initiations. What does this mean for AI? Vitalik wrote a blog post not too long ago where he talked about the different categories of how AI and blockchain could intersect, one of which was AI as a player in the game. So when we think of consumers as users today, in the future, consumers could become on-chain agents, which means that today when projects optimize incentives for users, such as airdrops, quests, points, etc., in the future, they're going to want to optimize incentives for on-chain AI agents. How we define these agents and how we think about network playable characters are essentially NFTs with their own smart contract wallets that take user and AI inputs to make their own semi-autonomous on-chain transactions. So the philosophical debate is, at which point are agents going to take over from humans? We think we're probably somewhere around here, where the agents are sort of the 1.5 player in a game, but eventually we may end up here. So today we're focusing more on this area of semi-autonomous on-chain agents. And what we think is one of the, I guess we've researched many different architectures and frameworks for on-chain agents. We think 6551 is actually one of the most elegant solutions for on-chain agents because it allows for ownership of the agents as NFTs and also custody of funds within your token-bound accounts. So with that, I will hand off to Audrey to take us through AgentFi.
Is this one on? Okay, because I might have to type, so I'll use this one. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing a demo of AgentFi. But before I get into AgentFi, I kind of just want to like level set what we mean when we say on-chain agents. And so if you look at like traditional Web 2 software development, you are accustomed to kind of a layered architecture where there's like a presentation layer that might be a front end, business layer, persistence layer, and database. But if we think about NFTs, like in their current state without token-bound accounts, just the general NFT, that NFT has the presentation layer. It has, you know, your metadata, the images that you see, and the iframes that you see on OpenSea. And then the persistence and database layer is both handled by the blockchain. So it's actually really good for those two parts. But where the NFT is kind of lacking is that it doesn't have a robust business layer. And that's like your logic layer. That's where you can plug in AI, where you can plug in algorithms or deterministic tasks, etc. So we see on-chain agents as basically plugging in this business logic layer into NFTs. So now your NFTs can do stuff. So We've been exploring using token-bound accounts for on-chain agents for a while. So before I get to the demo, another example is we're launching a scroller bridging agent with Scroll blockchain. And this bridging agent allows for you to buy a NFT, an ERC-721 on ETH mainnet. And using the token-bound account, you can load it with just regular ETH on mainnet. And then we've actually created an AI price predictor of gas. So it optimizes when a bridge from mainnet to Scroll could happen based on this AI predictive model. So you can just put your ETH in, and then you know that you are going to bridge to Scroll at the most optimized time. So that'll be launching soon. And now that brings us to AgentFi, which we're building in conjunction with a few other groups, and we're supporting them at Spartan Labs. But AgentFi, we envision it to be a platform or an ecosystem where you're able to create and deploy on-chain agents so that projects can incentivize users to do tasks on exchanges or protocols. So how does it work? I said it's an ecosystem, and there's really like three main players. The first is developers or builders. The builders can create either implementation extensions or plugins that they can sell or provide as open source to the ecosystem. Then you have projects that can use these implementation extensions or plugins and create on-chain agent projects. And users can then mint those projects and then customize them and add individualized preferences. And I think the first thing is I talked about modularity. One of the things with AgentFi, we're very cognizant of like modularity and how we can bake that into how we create on-chain agents. So we're exploring a lot of different ways, from like ERC 6900, which is a standard that's being built with Alchemy, and then you have Rhinestone that's doing ERC 7579. And then also another way that we're exploring modularity is actually through nested TBA accounts, so that you can achieve modularity in your token-bound accounts based on what is owned inside of the accounts. And if you remove or change the configuration of what's owned in the account, you can actually change the behavior of the account itself. So that brings me to Blastdoor, which is an on-chain agent that we're deploying soon. So just stay for alpha at the end. But we're deploying soon on Blast network. And so this agent is a yield farming agent that is like a basket. So there's a strategy agent that you mint, and then you select which protocols or which DEX, which exchanges you want to invest in or you want to create liquidity pools for. And there's one centralized agent that manages liquidity over multiple protocols, and it can rebalance those protocols based on your preferences and modes that you put in. Cool. So now it's time for a demo, and we hope that the internet works. And yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So this is AgentFi. The first thing that I'm going to do is connect my wallet. All right. So we're going to go to. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't start from a fresh wallet. Okay, cool. So what you can see, like, there's a lot of different strategies, and these strategies are all token-bound accounts. So these are different investment strategies that you can, customize within the agent that you've minted. I've already minted an agent, so we won't go through that process. But so the DEX balancer is the basket strategy. So what you can do is once you get to the basket strategy, you can choose your mode. So on Blast, they have this thing called Blast Points. So you can decide you either want your agent to like work and optimize for Blast Points, and that will be done algorithmically as well as with an AI predictive model. Or you can work on Spotlight, which is within the Blast ecosystem. Every week they have a different exchange as a Spotlight. So you can rebalance your liquidity based on whatever protocol is the hottest at the moment. We're gonna choose a custom, which is where it gives you like more control over what exchanges you use. And then we're just gonna put in some funds. And then so now what you see here is where the nested TBA adds the modularity. So we have this one TBA, and then based on the exchanges that we select, then these are the protocols, these are the exchanges that the strategy TBA is going to invest in and rebalance and continuously move your funds over these multiple exchanges. And then we click confirm, we go to mint, we mint, and then when you view your strategy, you're able to see all of the different strategies that you've minted, and then there's a dashboard that gives you more information about each individual protocol and as well as your overall portfolio over all of the protocols at the same time. So yeah, so it allows you to, kind of set it and forget it, and you can easily, change liquidity that the agent does on your behalf. And just quickly, just to put a pin in it, is to talk to you about this nested strategy. So there's like a parent agent, and then you mint a basket strategy. Then inside the basket strategy, you mint worker agents that interact with each protocol. And then there's off-chain logic that speaks only to the basket agent, and the basket agent then controls all of these other worker protocols, deploying funds and retrieving funds and rebalancing it as needed. If you wanted, you could sell one of the worker agents, the liquidity, the points collected, and then that would then change how your investments are distributed over the different exchanges. And then, so Alpha, we are, so if you guys are familiar with Blast, Blast is launching its mainnet on Friday, and we plan on launching our mint for Blast Store on Saturday. We are giving exclusive whitelist privileges to everyone here, so you can scan. Don't worry, we're trusted people, so you don't have to worry about scanning the QR code. And then you can be on a whitelist for our mint on Saturday. And I think that is it. Adrian, you can find Adrian and I, there's our Twitter handles if you have any questions or you want to connect. And if you have any questions here, you're free to ask. Adrian.
We also have Arjun and Andrew from Boombots, so feel free to come chat with us after, or if anyone has any questions, happy to take questions.
Oh.
Cool. We'll be around for a while, so please come say hi. We'd love to chat.
Thanks.
Future Primitive